Hello and welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, Sneaky Squad. How's everybody doing today? Thanks for joining us. My name is Ghost MF Lion, alongside this guy, Ryan.
What up?
How's everyone doing today? Thanks for joining us. Hope you're living your best lives and you're ready for some sneaky fun today. Our goal here is to build community through retro gaming. We couldn't do that with each one of you, so thanks for joining us today. So what exactly is Sneakbike? Sneakbike is basically a group of friendly goofballs who like to get together, talk about retro games and play retro games, occasionally racing, to see who's the number one friend for the day. And today, as you can see, we will be racing the game Aladdin. What experience do you have with Aladdin there, Ryan?
Oh my god, I love this game so much. I
Me
played
too.
this game so much when I was young. I could beat the whole game. But I was that guy who, if you saw me play the first level, you would think that I was the greatest Aladdin player of all time. And then as soon as you got to the second level, you were like, oh.
Is this the same guy? All right. So
That's where I was.
Who do we have running through this game today? Who are our runners today?
Racing today. We have the world's leading color theorist and TikTok connoisseur, Ecomics, Echo. I don't know how Echo actually pronounces their full username. I just call him Echo. We have got the greatest pixel artist / pianist on either side of the Mississippi, Kai Matten.
Yeah.
And there might be 21 octopi before him on the Twitch roll call, but he's number one in our hearts. Flying Octopus 22.
Great guy.
And last but most certainly not least, proving that you can, in fact, teach aged pastry new tricks, Old King Cake.
Nice.
And we also have, not racing, but doing lots and lots of good work for us. We have our producer, Bears and Beats, producing, I think, for the first time this week, doing a wonderful job. Thank you, Bears.
Yeah.
We have Mel, who you can blame for picking this game. Although don't blame Mel for picking this game, because this is a great game. So
great game.
Big round of applause for Mel picking the game. Social media, we have Jen the human, not to be mistaken with Jen the alien. I don't know. And then our moderators, as always, Cosmocordia, Melatonin, So Call Me Nothing, Jen the Human, It's Ace Face, Porcus Wayne, Web Tomato, and Kia. I don't know how you would pronounce Kia's entire Twitch name because it has numbers in it, but Kia.
Kia. The one and only Kia, for sure. Excellent. So what do you think? Are we ready to get things rolling?
I think everybody looks ready to me. I will go tell the racers to get ready, and we'll go from there.
Sounds great. See you in a second. All right. So thanks for the shout outs. Thanks for the claps. Thanks for everybody for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. Couldn't do you here without you. So an imitation countdown. We're going to say 3, 2, 1, and go. Perfect. And they're off. So the goal of Aladdin is to navigate the first 3 levels and complete the third stage. Now, this can be a little confusing because at the end, there's like, I don't know, each level is split up into halves almost, where at the end of the first half, there's a little arrow pointing to the next stage. And as they make their way through there, they'll have to get through the second part of that, and it'll say stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3 clear. The first one to see stage 3 clear is going to be our number one good friend of the day. And as we can see, they're all navigating the first part of the level pretty easily. You open little boxes by jumping on things. You can throw apples and jump off posts. Now, in Old King K, he just got it disappeared there for a second. He got a little gold beetle, and what that does is it gives a bonus stage at the end of the level. So you see Old King Cake and Flying Octopus getting to the end of that first part of the level. Now they have not cleared the first stage, and they both got that beetle, so they get the break time bonus level. Ryan, are you here?
Yep, I'm here. Yeah, the scarab beetle. If you grab it, if you grab it in the few seconds that it's flying around the screen, when you get to the end of the stage, you'll get like Ghost was saying, you get a break time, which a couple of our racers have already reached, where you get to spin the wheel, and the wheel stops randomly on one of a few different prizes, which can end up being very important, because you'll notice Aladdin has really limited health, along with a limited number of lives. So if things go south, they can go south pretty quick. You do have a couple of continues that you can use, but those do run out eventually. So you got to be pretty wary of your health and your lives. And those bonus stages that you can get with the scarab beetles can really help you replenish those things if you are prone to using them up.
And there's a certain ability that you can unlock. We see Echo getting that bonus stage as well. There's a certain ability that you can unlock whenever you get it's like a rug, I guess. And it looks like Old King Cake has that, and Kai also has that, but Flying Octopus does not. And basically, if you hold R trigger, you can float, which is pretty advantageous in this game, considering it's got some kind of wonky platforming sometimes, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and it really helps to, if you want to be a completionist, like all 90s kids were back when they were playing Super Nintendo. It really helps to collect all of the red gems. The green gems are cool too, but the red gems, if you can get, I think there's 10 per stage. If you can get all 10 of them, it will give you the password to the stage, which just lets you get back into the stage anytime you want. And some of those red gems can't really be gotten without the floating sheet that you can collect.
Oh, I gotcha. And so we also see apples as well. So the other thing is, if you die and if you end up continuing, you lose that rug, right? And the apples are also disappear. So if you have no apples in this game, it gets a little bit complicated, right? Because you see Flying Octopus hitting the archer with it, and then like bouncing off him. You see him going right there. Like, without those apples, it would have been real difficult to get past him, right? Oh,
you have a limited number of them.
See Kai taking a death there and having to continue already. You hate to see that this early, right?
Indeed. Yeah, it looks like it's small on my screen, but it looks like Octo might already be out of apples. So that's they are a very limited resource, and you don't get more of them when you advance to the next stage, because Octo just did make it to the next stage, but apples stayed at 0, which also makes it tough.
You also don't replenish life whenever you progress to the next stage.
Correct.
Life is when we see Octo taking a death there. Health is very scarce in this game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, this is one of those. This game came out in 1993, and for whatever reason, early 90s video games were just harder. They were just harder.
Yeah.
They don't make them like they used to. And does that make me an old crotchety person? Probably, but I stand behind it.
We see Old King Cake picking up a loaf of bread, and a loaf of bread gives you 1 heart, 1 hit, basically. The turkey, right, gives you, I think it fills you up, right? And we see Echo picking up and using, I don't think we've seen anybody else use the rug there, but you see them floating down with that quite gracefully, right? So it makes a difference, especially where like Flying Octopus is now. This area can be a little tricky with some of the longer jumps if you don't know where you're going, right?
Oh, definitely.
And it's one of those things where you die if you fall. Like
Yeah, Echo making really excellent use of the floaty sheet. Actually, managed to get very gracefully, like you said, down kind of a slope, landed right on top of a guard. It was pretty sweet to watch.
So this part that Flying Octopus here is at is kind of one of the trickier parts of this first level, I would say. I fell off here a time or two. Let's see how they navigate it. Quite well. Nice. So you said you'd played this game before as a kid?
I loved this game. I loved this game when I was young.
Did you have a chance to play through it again this time?
Yeah, when Mel sent me the game last night, I played through up to where our racers are going to stop, which I admit I'm a tiny bit sad that the race ends when it does, because the very next level is my favorite level of the whole game. But yeah, I have really fond memories of this whole game. That's
the genie one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Flying Octo getting to the first boss here. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah, this is, I think, maybe the only boss our racers will have to contend with for this section. And yeah, this guy, weirdly difficult. You wouldn't think he would be much of a challenge, but he really does present a challenge.
Oof. Yeah.
In large part just because you have such a small amount of area to work with, and the guy's got a really long reach with his sword.
He has a very large hitbox just in general. You can't really make many mistakes against him, I would say. And the so what was your strat for conquering our first boss here?
So I would, because you have to bait him into slashing at you, right? And then after he slashes, he's vulnerable for a minute. I would try and bait him, kind of like it looks like maybe Flying Octopus is trying to do right now. I try and bait him, get up above him. You can stand on this apple stand, just like that. Get up above him, wait for his flurry of slashes to finish after you damage him.
A full death having to continue. Keep going. Sorry.
And then it's a really small window of time you have to jump on him. And I think if you stand on the other side of the barrel at the far left of the screen, I think you're safe, but don't quote me on it.
that's what I used to do. Octopus got him. That's what I used as well. I stood on that left side there and would kind of jump between the top of the barrel and the top of the apple stand there. So Flying Octopus, first one to get that stage 1 clear. So like I said, when they get to the stage 3 clear, we will have our good friend of the day.
You feel bad for Aladdin and the guards here fighting all the time, because Aladdin has to steal to eat.
Right.
And he has to eat to live. Otherwise, they'd get along.
Right? And I mean, he'd love to tell you all about it when he's got the time.
It's an original thought by me.
All right. And we see Kai moving on as well. Nice job. So Flying Octopus, first one onto the Cave of Wonders here, but one hit away from a game over. But thankfully, they will have. Oh, thanks for the sub, Kia.
Thank you very much, Kia.
Thankfully, he getting the turkey. Family. Nice. So he is full life, and he's got the what is that? A carpet? What would you say that is? A carpet? A rug? What is that thing?
Sheet? Definitely. I mean, it's not a carpet. It's not a carpet because there is very specifically a carpet later on.
Sure. Yeah.
The Cave of Wonder section is difficult because it introduces the falling floors as well as these things you swing on that fall down. So whereas before, if you were swinging around, you had as much time as you wanted to sort of line up your swing. Now you've got to think pretty quickly.
Yeah, definitely. And Flying Octopus is making his way through it very quickly, right?
Making his way downtown. Walking fast.
It seems like he. What do you think? What do you think the odds are that somebody has played one of this game before?
Well, that depends. I'm gonna say Echo, probably Slim, because Echo's a wee little baby. But me being in my 30s, this was a large part of my childhood. So Aladdin, the movie, came out in 1992. I would have been 4. And this game came out just a year later. They didn't waste any time. Came out in 93. Fun fact, Sega also made an Aladdin game. I think it came out a year later. Wasn't quite as good, but Aladdin had a sword. So,
oh wow,
yeah.
And we see both Echo and Kai making their way onto this next second level here, and Flying Octopus finding out the hard way that if you miss a jump on those logs, it is a game ender right there, or a life ender at least. I think that part is going to be kind of an equalizer. I think that was one of the first hard parts, and then there's another one coming up here before too long.
Looks like all 4 of our friends are now well into the Cave of Wonders.
Yeah, making their way back. Flying Octopus needing to do a continue. So Old King Cake now on the same level as him, basically.
Man, these heckin' bats! I tell you what,
they just touch you, and that's it. Not much room for error there at all. But we see all of our racers making their way really quickly through this game. I'm curious. Has anybody in the chat played this game before? I'm curious what experience the chat has with it as well. Because what stands out most about the game to you, Ryan?
To me, how hard it is. It is a really challenging game.
Yeah.
Especially for a Disney movie adaptation. It was a weirdly high quality and challenging video game that could have easily just been a cash grab.
And it really is a well done game. Like all things considered, like the movement of it is good. Oh, and we see Kai now catching up. This area being a great equalizer. Most certainly.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting. Cause calls out the Lion King, because I always found this game pretty similar to the Lion King, both in the movement, kind of like Bears pointed out, the movements feel exaggerated. I always felt that way about the Lion King game as well. And there's a lot of side scrolling and platforming aspects to it. So I don't know, because this game was developed by Capcom. I'm not sure that The Lion King was also developed by Capcom or not, but they felt very similar to me when I played them when I was young. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if it came from the same studio.
Flying Octopus.
But this was way better than The Lion King
really
game.
Close to the end of this level, by the way. Sorry to interrupt. Very close to the end of this level. Just a couple of these rocks to navigate, which was not as hard. Yeah, right there.
Hey, got the lamp.
Got the lamp.
$10 says Abu ruins it for him.
Oh no, Abu, what are you doing? Infidels. We see everybody else being kind of stuck on that log part. That little rope pull part, I thought that was pretty tricky as well.
It's tough. Yeah, you have to time it really carefully.
You really do. You got to hold it and kind of wait for that the log to get just past it and almost like run in front of it there. So we do see Flying Octopus onto the last level, which this is the part that I remember the most from the game. This
part's really hard because it's an auto scroller. Previous sections of the game have been side scroller but not auto scroller. This part's an auto scroller, so you can't really take as much time as you would like, especially considering the floor is lava.
Right. With on top of that, giant floating balls of fire, and everything you jump on breaks. Oh, we see Kai moving on to the third stage as well, with Old King Cake taking the game over.
Kai made really, really good use of their apples to get rid of the bats in the way while they were just making their way through the log section.
Yeah, so that's a great example of what we were talking about earlier, how essential those apples can be, you know. But Flying Octopus is really moving through this part pretty quickly. I remember playing this whenever I was younger, and I also streamed it and beat the whole game maybe a month or so ago, and it took me some time to move through some of these areas. This level, not so much this first part, but the second part of this level in particular. And
there is a speedrun community for this game, because of course there's a speedrun community for every game. I looked it up. I have not watched any runs of it, so I don't know what sort of exploits there are. But the world record holder for this game beats it in 16 minutes.
16 minutes.
It's mind-boggling to me,
especially considering this part right here is the side scroller, like you mentioned.
So you can't beat it faster than it lets you beat it.
Right. That's crazy, right? Oh, and we see Old King Cake ran out of continues, I believe, and put to use that password we were talking about before. And Echo moving on to the third level. Our runners are all really close.
Yeah, and this stage is such a great equalizer that...
Oh, it is. It really is.
Okay, racers have a new objective. We're going to update the objective a little bit because they are just too darn good at the game.
Perfect. Well, then we get to see your favorite level, and the part that Flying Octopus is on right now is probably one of the hardest parts in any video game I've ever played. It's ridiculously brutal. And I think we are updating the racers now, so if you see them kind of pausing, that's the reason for that. Oof. So what makes the part that Flying Octopus is on, this not lava navigation, is if you touch anything, you die. One hit death, right? And if you die, as we will perhaps see Flying Octopus do right there, when you game over, you have to go back to the start of the first part of the level. So where the start of where like Kai and Echo are, Flying Octopus will now be behind them. Hopefully it puts in the password. Otherwise, that's gonna be a long journey back.
There you go. Looks like he remembered.
Okay, good. Please, you beautiful fool. Please. All right. And so Old King Cake is by no means out of this. He's cruising through this second stage now. Oh, that's what I get for saying anything.
And there's still a lot of really difficult gameplay coming up. This is actually a really good race game because no lead is safe in this kind of a game because there are so many dangerous pitfall areas.
And you get knocked back so far. So you see where Flying Octopus is now, behind both Echo and Kai, who not long ago were the third and fourth place friends, you know? It takes very little time. So are you seeing Kai do that? Let's see if he continues to do this. Oh, I've never made that jump without taking damage, by the way. That he just did.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it maybe designed to? That seems unlikely that you have to take damage there.
And I've done this. I've played this stage many times because I've died to that second part several times. But Kai, there, you see him doing the duck. I've seen him do that several times. That's an interesting little thing. What do you make of that?
Oh, I assumed it was nervous energy.
Okay, perhaps.
I'm prone to doing stuff like that as well. It's also a very popular tactic in the Halo community. That's from 11-year-old boys playing online.
it's also become very popular in like Mario Maker or Mario ROM type games as well. So I think, yeah, you see him doing it again there. Oh, let's see if Old King Cake can get past this. Oh, nice. Oh, no. I need to not say, okay, no more commenting on Old King Cake's status for me.
Hey, Bears, I'm with you. This level is rough.
No,
it's so mean.
Do not like the lava level.
Yeah, Kai taking another death just now. It's hard. The auto scrolling component of this makes it really difficult because you just don't have a lot of time to set up your strategy. You have to make really quick decisions on how you're going to proceed.
And the consequences are dire, right? Like they're very grave. And you only get one shot at a few of the things because like parts will break off, or the platform will disappear. You see the things and they kind of go up and down. Oh, it's a difficult level for sure. And getting sent back to the beginning of it for dying at all on that second part is so brutal. It is so brutal. Flying octopus there. We're seeing several game overs here. This level is would you call it a great equalizer, or?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
All right, and we see Old King Cake doing something that maybe it was good and maybe it was not good. I don't know. Who's to say?
Octopus taking time to make sure he gets the green gems, because you might as well.
Right? Oh, and you see I'll catch it. There we go. Good job. And the password was very generous. I would have kind of liked it if we didn't give them the password. Like we could have let them write it down and put it in, obviously, but don't give it to them. Really send it back. Give it that okay, look.
So let it be known that Ghost just really enjoys seeing people suffer.
But no, I like the retro feel, but I mean, Mel, obviously, great job getting it all together. I think this is an excellent choice. As soon as I saw the README, because I read the README before I opened the game, and I saw the passwords, and I was like, okay, I know exactly what this game is, right? And my first reaction was just like, oh God.
I was so happy. I love this game so much.
It's fantastic. It really is. So what is the level after this? Is it the genie's bottle? Is that the next one?
After this, I think you have another auto scroller with the magic carpet, which is one of the most memorable moments of the game, because it's such a different level design.
I do remember that now. Oh man, it would have been too brutal, but if we could have somehow got him to beat the game, that would have been it'd
take a long time.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things that you say that, and then you have somebody like Kia come in, and it's like, oh yeah, they'd played the game before recently or whatever, and could knock it out in under an hour. Yeah, the levels after Genie are not trivial. Oh no, not at all. See, I remember the lava level because it shut down my my hopes and dreams of ever beating the game, right? So I never saw the other ones as a youngster. We see Octopus flying as he does.
Oh yeah, looks like Octopus has made it to the aforementioned next stage with the magic carpet auto scroller, as has Kai, our good friend Kai.
Oh, nice.
Old King Cake has backtracked. Do we not have a password to get right into the lava section?
We do, but I don't think he has made it that far.
Oh, I thought he had.
Until now. Now he is on to the third level with no lives, one heart, I made sure not to say anything until we got to this part. He is now on to the third level.
Echo also onto the magic carpet auto scroller.
Yeah, very, very close. 0 lives. Oh, and now game over for Flying Octopus. 0 lives for Kai. Echo now on 0 lives. So, ooh. Oh, Kai was getting really very close to the end there. Ooh. Let's see how Echo does here.
Man, this is tough.
It really is. Like,
how did 9-year-old me beat this game?
I don't know, because there's some parts of it that it just traps you, right? Oh, we see Kai. Oh, just saying, we see Kai getting back to the carpet lava section. Mm-hmm. We'll see how they make it. And so we see Old King Cake. So even though it's his first trip down the lava lane, he is now tied with Echo, essentially. And Flying Octopus is not far ahead of either. So this is anyone's game, unless Kai can put this away here at the end. But this is where it really picks up.
Like we mentioned earlier, there is no such thing as a safe lead in this game. No. In a race, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, if Kai dies one more time, he is behind everybody else in the race. Now, there's something to be said for successfully navigating it prior, right, and having some, knowing what you need to do. There's definitely an advantage there.
And Kai does look like looks like they're displaying some familiarity with it at this point. Definitely. Experience. Oh no! We spoke too soon.
That last part is trickier than you would expect it to be, because you touch a pixel of carpet's tassel and you are dead. Right?
Well, and it's especially frustrating and difficult because the lava chasing you from behind forces you to stay up on the the front half, and sometimes even the front just 25% of the screen, which means you have almost no time to react to things that are coming your way.
Right. And so we see Echo on life 0. So even if they make it to the next level, they just have one shot at it. And we see Octo does have 1 life, so they've got 2 shots at this, to make it through. And let's see how it goes for him. I don't remember how far they made it the last time they made it there. Oh, and we see Echo game over. Wait, choosing not to continue. Interesting. That's interesting. So they're going to put in the password again. Okay.
I think where Flying Octopus is right now is about as far as anyone has made it.
Yeah, which is the end.
Oh, and that's the end. There you go. So Flying Octopus, our first friend to get through that stage.
Very good.
And that was the original goal.
Yeah.
But because all of our friends are just
crushing it,
much too god-tier gamers, we're gonna keep going.
That's great. Great job, Flying Octo. How long have we been going now? That was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, and I'm so happy that we're going to keep going too, because this is my absolute favorite part of the game.
My God. This part is tricky. This part is tricky. Looking forward to seeing how Octo navigates it. What makes this your favorite part?
The pure 1960s bliss of it. Mm-hmm. And yes, exactly as Bear said, it's not lava.
It's not lava.
There's such a joy to this part, to these stages. It's just unadulterated fun.
Definitely.
It's very Robin Williams.
It's super over the top, right? Like every every aspect of it, right? All of the little platforms, the little faces they make whenever he jumps on there, the genie background. This is part of what makes this game so memorable, right? Is the backgrounds and just like the level of detail that goes into it, right? Okay. Oof. I thought about saying something about old King Cake and then he died, so I've now transcended into psychic abilities. But Flying Octopus is just flying through. I think that he has probably played this game before. What do you think?
I think there's a very good chance, yeah. I have noticed nobody seems to be making use of when you so Aladdin, when you jump on things, Aladdin does the little front handspring thing, right? That's the jumping animation. Right. There is a way, I think, simply by holding down the button, maybe if memory serves, you can get a higher jump. I don't think I've seen anybody do that yet, and it does make a lot of things a lot simpler.
Flying Octopus just YOLOing up into nothing there.
Well, hey, when you don't know when you don't know what's out there,
that's fair, totally fair.
But only one way to find out.
Right. It's just kind of funny to watch, you know. Oh, look at Kai making it past level 3.
GG to our friend Kai.
Great job. That's fantastic. They are moving through this. This is great. Yeah. So we're gonna see them forced into that handspring motion that you mentioned just a second ago. A lot of things here. It's a pretty tight platforming area. This is tough. Tough.
It's not quite Celeste or Hollow Knight level precision platforming, but it's about as precision platformer as you got in 1993, I think.
Well, and it felt a little clunky for me as well. Like the handspring that you mentioned, there's a difference between holding it down and trying to time it, because if you try to time it, you will almost never get it. But if you hold it down, you will be able to make it over. And what's interesting is the platforms change. If you get to your last life, it becomes clouds rather than cards and rings that you have to cycle through.
Right.
So we do see. So Kai is now in the lead. He was not long ago was 2 or 3, and now in the lead. Octopus has been further, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Kai won't just.
And Kai making
like that
really good time through this stage, actually.
See
now
how we
onto the section that tripped up Octopus.
Yes. The handsprings. Oh,
missed the ring.
It's tough. It's pretty tight. Tight platforming. It seems like it's a little bigger than it really is, right? Echo, let's go. Very close to the end here.
So I think this is the first part of the game that wasn't.
They made it through.
Obviously, directly inspired by scenes from the movie. Because clearly, this part did not happen in the Aladdin movie.
No.
The rest of it was basically just making our way through set pieces from the film.
Yeah.
And boy, I really loved the movie. It was such a great movie.
It really was. I watched after I played this game. I watched the movie again just because of that. I was like, I wanted to kind of compare it, because whenever I played it. Whenever I streamed it, I didn't, like you said, I didn't remember certain parts like this specifically, obviously. And, if you get tripped up on a certain area, you're like, oh, this isn't even in the movie. Why are we doing, but actually it stuck a little truer to the movie than what I had given it credit for in my mind. So what is going on with Old King Cake? Pause real fast control.
Looks like Old King Cake is having some controller trouble.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to figure that out, because this is not an area that you want to have any controller issues through. But our racers are really moving through this pretty quickly. They're doing great. It's tough to really even see who's in the lead right now. Like, they're all in very similar areas. Flying Octopus might be furthest ahead, but he's on his last life. So that's I don't know. Kai I would say maybe is almost in the lead just because he has more lives and more, well, the same amount of hearts. Not that it really matters.
That is a good way of looking at it, though.
But Octopus has the easier path, right? With that, and now has moved. I think this is pretty much the end of the level here. Oh, ooh. Nice.
Yeah, there it is. Yep.
Great job. Flying Octopus showing us how it's done. Now this part is where it gets to be a little funky.
Oh, you know what? I had forgotten the balloons pop. Oh my.
Yeah. And
of course they do.
There's spikes and everything. So it does ramp up. You know, like the lava part is probably the most memorable, but I think somebody said it earlier where the later levels definitely ramp up in difficulty. Okay, let's go. Oh, Echo. As soon as I was saying let's go Echo, dead. But that's all right. That's all right.
Ghost just out here jinxing people left and right.
I'm not. It's the commentator's curse, man. Whenever I was up here with Bryn, it was the same thing. It got to the point where we were like, and people are doing things, and and a good time was had by all. Octopus is on a roll though.
It bears, it really does. It's very
trial and error,
early precision platforming, where without foreknowledge of the next part of the game, you kind of just have to guess.
Death.
Pepper, thank you very much for the sub. Did you miss Fish Dude? Oh, in the Agrabah market? Yeah, man.
Is that Fish Dude?
Isn't there?
Fish Dude is love. Fish Dude is life.
No, you know what? I'm getting my Muppets and my Aladdin mixed up because in my mind I can hear a guy saying "fresh fish," but that's definitely from Muppet Christmas Carols. So ignore me.
Well, there is the fresh fish guy in Aladdin as well. There is one of those, but I think Fish Dude was what Jen named all of her Pokemon. Was that last week?
Oh, maybe I do have it right. Does he say fresh fish? You catch them, we buy them.
Yeah.
Or no, that's the wrong way around. We catch them, you buy them.
Right.
That way.
Yes.
Is that Aladdin?
That is Aladdin. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the Muppet one is the guy selling the boomerang fish. He says, "Boomerang fish. You throw the fish away, and it comes back to me." That's right. That's the Muppets.
That's the Muppets. Yes. Correct about that as well. Yeah, great. you catch them, we buy them. Great motto for any business, basically. Just out here buying stuff. Oof. Oh, Ulky Cake still struggling through the lava. And Echo's gonna fall. Oh man.
Sneakqualizer. I love it, Pepper.
Sneakqualizer. That's great. That's great. Oh man. So yeah, this. Every level seems to be a sneakqualizer of some part for sure.
Well, and the limited amount of health and the limited number of lives you get there, it really makes it tough.
It does.
You're almost guaranteed, unless you're very familiar with the game, you're almost guaranteed to have to, use a couple of continues or even run out of your continues at some point.
Absolutely. And Kai making it through that section, the difference on that on the zero life really is gigantic. And Kai making great use of the sheet carpet floaty thing, and moving on to the second part of the fourth level.
And yes, Pepper, this is for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the second greatest video game console of all time, behind the PS2.
Oh, PS2 being number one. Interesting. Hot take there. Hot take there.
And Mel, yeah, the I think the Sega version of Aladdin is also pretty well regarded.
Mm-hmm.
But this is definitely the one that is nearer and dearer to my heart, and I think probably the one better known.
All right.
But like I mentioned earlier, on the Sega one, you get a sword.
Well, we're trying to keep it a little family or friendly here. No swords, right? Less violence, right? Is that how we operate?
That's fair. And that's true. I can't really see Aladdin using a sword. I don't see it. He doesn't seem like the sword type.
He does. Well, he doesn't use it in the movie at any point, I don't think.
No, it's not as far as I know. Hey, Kai, finishing out this stage.
No, I think the only time he really uses he fights Jafar with the snake thing, but also to break out Jasmine of the
that's
time
true. He hits the hourglass with a sword.
The time thing, hourglass. You say tomato. Aladdin beats people to a pulp with a rug. Fair point.
Well, I'm trying to think in the third Aladdin movie, which when I was young I loved. I do not think it holds up. But in the third Aladdin movie with his dad, I feel like there might be some sword fighting in that. Because don't they make him fight?
They're now in the lead again.
Yeah, Kai moved on to the third what do you call it? The third level of this stage, the third stage of this chapter. I don't know.
I don't even. Yeah.
Got some genie tongue action.
Yeah. That's my most memorable part of the movie is where Aladdin jumps from genie tongue to genie tongue. Don't you remember that? The befabled song and dance part.
Yep. that famous Robin Williams line, "You've never had a tongue like me."
Exactly. Oh man. The good thing about it is that you can't die on this part. Like unless you run into
that's true. There are no enemies, and if you fall, you just start over.
Well, there is an enemy here and there, but it's the flying Koopa of enemies, you know.
Oh, Pepper. Hey, don't underestimate the flying Koopa. Oh man, what have we started? Mel, can someone ban Mel, please? Who has that happy power? What was I just saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, I was saying, don't underestimate the flying Koopa. I remember playing and this wasn't even a flying Koopa. It was a regular Koopa. I played Super Mario World with my parents in that I made them play it. They had no interest whatsoever in playing the game.
Sure.
But I made them play it, and both my parents died to the very first enemy of the very first level. And refused to play it ever again. Now, in my wise old age, I have begun to wonder if maybe they died on purpose so that they wouldn't have to keep playing.
Interesting. That's some meta stuff there.
But as a 9-year-old, I just assumed my parents sucked at video games.
Oh, that's a fair assumption, I'm sure. But to be that bad, I don't know. It'd be worth asking them if you could. They remembered that. Do you remember the time you played video games with me?
You remember that 30 seconds where you held a Super Nintendo controller?
They blocked it out of their mind entirely. Kai is really moving right along here.
Yeah, Kai's really starting to show some familiarity and like comfort with the game mechanics.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think this is the end of the level. Yeah,
I think getting close.
Yeah, right there. And this is it, right? This is number one friend territory. we're here. We're at
But
right
yeah,
here.
I believe this is the last stage of the genie section, which will be the end of. And here it is. Yes, here it is.
Is this is the end of it here? No boss, huh? Just yeah, stage 4
I
clear.
don't
There it
believe
is.
so. Yeah, I don't believe there is a boss in the genie section. I think the next boss isn't until like either the 6th or 7th stage. But yes, that's the end of that
GG.
section. So
GG.
Kai, our number 1 good friend of the day.
Great job, Kai. Great job. That's very impressive. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, in absolutely incredible time.
Yeah. What how long is that? Under an hour, right? 50, yeah, like 50 minutes. That's great. That's incredible. Octopus now moving on.
Octopus, yeah, moving on to what the last or second to last? I think second to last.
Nice. That is quite a first friend trophy there, right? That's great. That's great. All right. So, do we want to do anything for Old King Cake to try to move him on to maybe give him the password to the genie level so he can start on that? What do we think about doing something like that?
Oh, I don't know.
We'll see how he does here. I mean, he's close, but then I said something about him, so you know. Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. He's gravy, baby. He's gravy.
Pepper Cake. Old King Cake had some controller trouble, so he lost at least 5 minutes, I think, to trying to get the game to work again.
But he got it. He got it now.
Yeah.
All right, and we see Flying Octopus jumping from little tongue to tongue action,
I hate it so much.
dodging the Koopas.
Yeah, really clutch duck underneath the whatever that thing is.
The vase with chicken feet and wings.
Excuse me, it's pronounced vase.
It's my mistake. I am not cultured in the way of Agrabah. I tried to study, but still going through the cracks. Oh man. Echo moving right along as well.
I think it was a Jimmy Kimmel Live bit, maybe, where they asked random people on the street what they thought about the United States bombing Agrabah. And so many people took it seriously.
As they do, yeah. That's great.
Geography, not something taught in schools.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, it's something that they have heard before. They might not like immediately associate it with that, right? And it sounds just enough like other places that you'd be like, oh yeah, that's by that other place, So it kind of works. And I mean, I think the other part of it is like they don't want to sound stupid, right? Because if you don't know,
you want to you need to have an informed opinion, regardless of whether or not your opinion is informed. And Flying Octopus, I think, is our number 2 friend.
Great job.
Big GGs to Flying Octopus 22. Ventidos. I don't know. I don't speak other languages. I'm pretty sure Venti is 20 somewhere.
It's 20 o'clock somewhere.
Venti Starbucks. Well, that's the only reason that I know. That's the only reason that I know Venti means 20, because a Venti at Starbucks is 20 ounces.
And do you also know that? What movie is that from? Isn't that?
I have
that was
absolutely no idea.
That's like a Paul Rudd movie, I think.
Role Model. Oh,
Nice.
I have never seen Role Models all the way through.
Really?
Yeah. Is that the one with Does it have
No.
Sean William Scott in it as well?
It's Owen Wilson, I think. No. Oh, no. You're right.
Do they go
No,
LARPing at the end? Is that a thing? Like, do they dress up like
Yes.
members of the band
Sean William
Kiss
Scott,
and go
yes,
LARPing?
Yes. And
Okay.
Paul Rudd. I was mistaken, but yes, that's correct.
Paul Rudd, the ageless wonder. He's a
Some version.
he's a very pretty man.
He really is. Just like timeless and classy. And an ant. Number 2. Ooh, Bears, I am loving these awards that you're giving today. Great job. Great job.
Yeah, can we get some applause in the chat, please, for our wonderful producer Bears, who's
Great
really
job.
doing all the hard work while Ghost and I just goof off.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I like this job.
Yeah, this is my favorite activity. I just like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. This is what I'm seeing. Oh man, so Echo is getting very close.
Wow, what a save from
That
Echo.
That was very good.
I hope other people caught that clutch save from Echo. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, well. But either one of them could really move on. Like they're both getting very close to the end of this stage, and pretty much once you get past this, you got the tongues and the rest of it. It doesn't seem all that challenging for our runners to get through, right?
Yeah, difficult but not threatening.
Right. Yeah.
I am especially impressed with old King Cake right now, having to run from several minutes behind and being right there with Echo.
Definitely. Yeah, progressing very nicely through it. Keeping his cool and just continuing on. I think, and he's now ahead of Echo, I think. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. Done with that stage.
And he's got a bonus, so let's see what he gets there. Bet he would love a couple lives here.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't we all?
Just a couple more. Too long.
I could definitely use a life, but
or 2. Oh, come on.
What do we get?
Well, he gets it.
Oh, I don't even know. I think the star is maybe a heart. Is that a health refill?
It's a continue.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay.
I don't remember. Do you know what the genie does? I don't remember what that one was.
I want to say the genie is a full heart refill.
Oh,
I think.
Okay.
I could be. I very could easily be mistaken.
Mhm.
Very could easily be. I'm pretty sure those were all the right words. I don't know what order that was supposed to be though.
Order is irrelevant. As long as you got all the stuff in there, it's fine. Just like cooking, right? You just kind of put it in whatever order, and it's fine every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, King.
Unrelated. Ghost, have you ever cooked anything?
Once. Oh! King Cake found a way to die
Found a way to die?
on that. Oh no.
Oh, rough.
Okay, good. He's got to continue. He's got that continue. Luckily picked that up. Now he's got 2 lives. Easy. I'd never seen anyone fall at the tongues. We even said that. And of course, King Cake found a way.
Cake
Breaking records.
finds a way.
He's got to. Oh, there it is. He's just had to hold the button down. You can't try to time it, otherwise you'll just kind of not have that gusto on the other side of it. Oh, very close. Just a matter of time.
Okay,
before.
but the genie song singing about have some column tropic. Tell me that's not just like a recycled version of Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast.
It kind of is. It kind of is.
Same song, but with a much funnier person singing it.
You know what? That reminds me of something, a little elephant in the room that we hadn't talked about until now. There is a more recent version of Aladdin. I wonder if
no, there's not.
Do you think? I wonder if they'll ever make like so basically the equivalent of this game to the
oh my goodness
version.
PS5, a PS5 Aladdin.
Which is basically the same game, just redone a little bit. Touched up with Will Smith's faces on all of the genie things.
No one wants that.
Oh man. Oh, okay. Sorry.
That'd be like them doing that would be, hey, and Old King Cake.
Yeah, see,
third good friend of the day.
The trick is to
clawing all the way back from technical difficulties.
Very great job. Very great job. See, the trick was to just say nothing about it while
remaking the Aladdin game. Remaking the Aladdin game would be like, can you imagine if they tried to take Avatar: The Last Airbender and turn that into a live action movie? Like, how ridiculous would that be?
Yeah.
That's like, no one would ever do that.
No, why would you do something like that ever?
And like, imagine if they did that. And
imagine if they did that and they only did part of it and stopped.
Right. And what if they took like the main characters who everyone knows and loves, and they just said, we're going to change how we pronounce their names. Like, can you imagine something like that? That's too ridiculous. No one would ever do that.
No, definitely. All right. Great job, number 3. I'm loving that as well. So what do we want to do with Echo? They just hit a game over. Do you want to give them another shot, or what are we thinking here? Let's give them another shot.
I'm all for letting Echo finish.
Definitely. They're getting so close. So let's really get behind Echo on this. Give a little hype. Send our good vibes Echo's way. They can do it. They can do it.
There goes my hero. Varsity Blues, underrated movie. I don't know if that's true. I don't think I can say that with a straight face that it's an underrated movie.
I don't even. How, like, is Varsity Blues rated well or not well?
I don't know. All I know is that I love it.
It's a feel good movie for sure.
I love it if only because I don't want your laugh. It's such a great line. It's such an iconic line.
Billy Bob getting 3 concussions. Fine.
Right?
Like, I love how they casual, like, that's casually in there, you know, and then it's like, so here's this feel good. I mean, there's a concussion, but it's, look at all this good that it brings. I mean, come on. Billy Bob wasn't. Who's Billy Bob anyway? You know, what's he gonna be? Anyway, Echo. Come on. Hand springing through it. Oh, heartbreak. But this on Zero Life, it makes a difference. It really, like, it's just the clouds. There's no handsprings involved, and jumping from cloud to cloud has got to be easier than doing handsprings from cards, right?
Oh, certainly.
I mean, think of all the times that you've done handsprings from cards, and think of all the times that you've jumped from cloud to cloud, and which was easier?
Whichever one you want me to be easier. Definitely the cloud jumping.
Clouds, come on, man. Definitely the clouds. See, Echo breezing through it now. And on to the next part, probably.
Let's see. Have I ever done a handspring in my life?
Nope.
Definitely not. Hey, GG
Echo.
Just, I think, 2 more stages left.
So it's This has been kind of the Achilles heel for
This
Echo.
one is tough.
Yeah. We haven't seen a lot. See, one of the ways that I found easier to make it through this was using, just like the Echo is there. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Echo will give me such a heart attack.
Yeah.
What a great catch. Oh no!
No.
I need to stop saying nice things.
Oh, jeez. The whole game is like, yeah, man. Oh, you think that you really like the genie game, the genie level, huh? All genies, no lava, but come on. But then it's not Aladdin. Like, it's not Aladdin. You gotta have
Not
some
Aladdin
lava,
without lava.
right?
Everyone knows this.
The game was tough, but so fun, for sure. Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. Come on, Echo. I'll see that carpet leveling out. Yeah, but you got it, King K, along with Dig Dug 2. So on that note, if you would like to join Sneakbike and participate in such wonderful level design as auto-scrolling carpet levels, or Dig Dug 2, or Prince of Persia, or Super Mario Kaizo, come on into the Discord. Thanks for posting that, Kaz. We'd love to have you. Let's see. All right.
Yes, please come on over.
Come on, Echo.
Ain't no party like a sneak bike party.
Ain't no party like a
Sneak
Sneakbike
bike party is mysterious.
It is, and it's a good time. It's a good time. Ugh. If you enjoy dying in video games over and over again, have I got some good news for you? We got a place you can do that. And Echo now gaming over again. What do we think, friends? What do we think? Probably the best dyer in video games. I don't know, Ruben. I don't know.
That is a
bud.
very bold claim, Ruben.
I don't know. I think that's one more shot in mercy. Okay, sounds good.
Good idea,
Good.
sneak bike.
Uno más. Come on, Echo. And I don't know that whenever I played through this, I don't know that I ever got through the genie part, the handspring, without the clouds. I think just about every time. I might have got it once or twice, but it's pretty tricky.
Oh, welcome, Jen. Jen,
Oh, hey, Jen.
You did miss the tongue action. And apparently the fish person, I don't remember a fish person. I think Pepper may be making up fish people.
Oh, I think Jen knows a thing or two about the fishmen.
Fresh fish.
Thanks for the follow. Welcome on in.
But like the fish guy, not the same as the guy who threatens to cut off Jasmine's arm, right? Different people?
I believe it is. So the person, I believe it's different people. The guy who threatens to cut off Jasmine's arm does so because she gives an apple to a child from his cart. So he could, have apples and fish, but I think everyone seemed pretty specialized for the most part, which was odd, You'd think that you'd have a lot of similar stuff in there. There was a sheet.
Yes. There was in fact a sheet in the genie level, in the genie stages.
Yep. Yeah, it's fun popping off and seeing how everybody else is progressing. That's one of the most enjoyable things.
King Cake was just determined to play the game on hard mode. That's all.
Definitely. With a little break in between. Come on, Echo.
All right, Echo doing a great job.
They've got
I mean,
zero.
I said it an hour ago. This game is so hard.
It is. It really is. And it doesn't really let up, you know. And it challenges you in a number of different ways, you know. Because this is like all about timing when you release from the ring and stuff like that, and then versus doing handsprings or navigating the auto stroller. It's all a lot of different challenges for sure.
I fired this up last night for a while, and before I had a chance to hook up my SNES controller, I was just trying to do it on my laptop keyboard. I never made it out of Agrabah. Yeah. I couldn't do it.
That'd be tough. And Echo being at kind of a disadvantage here now without the sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Parachute. The paraglider, if you will.
It really does make a difference too.
It does.
That sheet is a really great safety net. Oh no! Heck you, bird.
Vase bird. All right, that's game over. Oh no, indeed, Sneak.
But that is okay. Great job.
Yeah, Echo is still a great friend. Great job to all of our racers. Thanks for joining us. We're going to do a quick debrief with the racers. We'll go ahead and pull them into our commentator channel. And
better question, Mel. Why is Sneakbike?
Why? All right. Welcome in, our racers.
Welcome, racers.
If you want to unmute, how's everybody doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm doing okay.
What'd you think of our game today?
It was. I can't say I hated it. It was actually pretty fun, but I think my problem with playing new games in a competitive environment is it always just throws my stress through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
So usually when we're playing Sneakbike games, when I'm doing Sneakbike races, I have a lot of fun playing the games, but I'm always so stressed because I want to do good.
Mm-hmm.
And I always make really dumb mistakes.
Sure.
And every little mistake you make gets you a little bit more anxious and more likely to make another mistake, and it's just sort of a compounding thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So stressful.
This game, though, the lava stage, the one that was supposed to be the last one, that was just stupid. That was like Silver Surfer levels.
Retweet.
It was really hard, right?
Yeah, it was unnecessarily hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Because a lot of the cliffs that you were supposed to try to avoid, they looked like background.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me an embarrassing amount of time to figure out that they weren't actually background.
I wouldn't say in an embarrassingly long amount. I think so. Everyone did great. This was a very difficult game by all accounts, right? But you all progressed through it very quickly. Kai, what did you think of the game today?
It was all right.
Yeah.
It had really bad physics. It was so stiff and yet so slidey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is a really good way of describing that, though, I think. Was it Bears and Beats? Somebody early on said that they felt the movement was very exaggerated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There were so many times where I would land on a platform and then I would be like, oh, I'm too far to this one edge. I will turn around, and it would keep my forward momentum, but then put it on my next left momentum, and then I would go flying off of the platform.
Yeah.
It was so. It was a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
If I can say one more thing, the
Of
only
course.
thing that got me through the genie stage was the song.
The music was great in this.
Yeah, for sure.
But as soon as the genie song came on, I was like, all right, this is a bop. I'm gonna keep going because I just want to hear this song more.
The lava song was definitely not that great, I will say. It's just bop, 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 bop.
I have no memory of the lava song whatsoever. I've heard
It's
it
all a blur.
so many times.
I kept trying to like duck to the beat of it, but then there kind of wasn't a beat. Like it's just, it wasn't great.
And I don't know that it really could like coordinated with the rest of it anyway, right? It felt really odd for sure. And Flying Octopus, so you might not remember it, but you will hear it again in your nightmares. I'm sure of that.
The lava
Echo.
song, I'll probably
What's
just I'll probably just have flashbacks of the lava stage with no music.
Echo, what about you? What thoughts do you have?
I am going to throw Genie into the sea. Something really fun that I learned was that when you have 0 lives left, Genie does not put those stupid jumpy cards and the rings.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the
But also
way I got through that.
downside, then you have 0 lives.
Yep. So it's a
I-
plus and a minus.
Yeah, I felt like I was doing really good, and then I got to the lava stage, and then I got to the genie stage. No, I mean, like, I think it was fun, and yeah, the music is good, but.
So how pleased were all of you that we decided to add the additional level?
Not.
If I'm honest, I was actually dreading it a little bit because I kept dying on the frickin' I had to literally pause in the middle of the race to switch controllers because I kept dying on the carpet auto scroller. But then the genie levels I thought were like literally my favorite levels in the entire run.
That's
so I was
right.
like having so much fun
noticed
doing them and
that.
trying to catch up.
Yeah, I noticed after you came back with the new controller, you were running like your hair was on fire. It was really impressive.
I went turbo mode, dude. I really wanted to win.
You probably spent the least amount of time on the genie level
I think so, yeah.
of anyone else. But the lava level tripped you up for so long. That was.
I wanted to die the whole time.
Had anybody played that game before?
I've played it, but not to any extent that I would say that I had played it.
Ages ago, I stole this game on the internet because I tried to download a car and got Aladdin instead. But I remember I only got to the first boss, and I stopped. So I have played this before, like a decade ago.
I have to mute myself.
It happens. I'm sorry. You know.
I'm trying to download a car.
I will say I do remember I played a computer version of this that was like black and white. It was like a Commodore, like old Disney kind of thing, and it was absolutely atrocious. And you had a staff in it, and it was just really bad. So this was at least better than that.
Nice.
No, Mel. Next time, computer version.
Don't give Mel ideas, man. I swear to God.
I want everyone to know that the 2 hardest times I've ever laughed on Twitch have both been because of Kai.
Aw, what a beautiful, wholesome moment.
I'm glad I can spread this.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I find that so funny. Anyway.
No apology necessary. Thanks for shouting out the runners. So anything else you all would like to add about today or Sneakbike in general?
I want Mel to stop picking the games when I'm running specifically.
Oh, why is that?
Because I said this in chat. I think Mel hates me openly. So whenever he picks the games, he picks games that he knows. I think he knows that he'll pick games that I do pretty good at, like right at the beginning. And then I want to die for the middle half hour.
Wow.
And then I catch up like a crazy person right at the end. And it happens every
That's
time Mel
just
picks games.
That's life.
That's
dude.
oddly specific. That's an oddly specific approach. I love. I mean, Mel is a friggin' mastermind. It sounds like.
I was gonna say, can you imagine the amount of thought Mel must have to put into that?
Well, you've seen Mel's poster board room, right? With all the string. He's shown that once on stream. It's he likes to keep it a little secret, but.
All the strings and all the pictures of me being angry. That's I think all Mel wants to do with his life.
With like
Mostly.
zoomed in pictures of what game you were playing when you were angry.
Pixels.
See, he tricked everybody and now has the OBS. So now he peeped some tabs. That's okay though.
See, I think this is definitely like a high conspiracy for Mel trying to get rid of unregistered Hypercam 2 and switch everyone to use OBS.
Brilliant.
I'm just pointing a phone camera at my screen.
I mean, that's basically unregistered Hypercam.
You know
Nice.
what? Yeah.
Actually, I think it might be better than Hypercam.
Probably.
So on that note, thanks Mel, definitely, but thanks everybody for joining us today. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed watching you all progress through such a difficult game, and then coming in here and still being so like cool and calm and nice. Great
If I
job,
had one word to
everyone.
describe myself, it would be calm, certainly.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, have you used your one F bomb?
I said friggin', so we all know what I really said. It's
Did you say ghost mother friggin' lion?
Oof. Oof.
We're gonna get banned on
My
Twitch later.
friend.
Oh no.
We are.
Guess what? Producers? No, bears. No, it's okay. Just kidding. So we are rated. So yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks to everybody in the chat for being here, supporting. We couldn't be here without you. If you would like to join us, again, feel free to join us in the Discord, where we will have many more conversations similar to what you've heard here. Thanks again to our mods. Thanks for Bears for putting it all together and helping everything run so smoothly. Kaz, Jen, Ace Face, Kia, everyone. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks,
Hey,
everyone.
and thanks to you guys for doing commentary and the shoutouts.
Thanks.
Dang.
All right, Mel is going to get the raid fired up here in a moment. We are raiding an individual by the name, unless it's changed in the last 30 seconds, of Lyric B. They are
B,
a speedrunner of, looks like quite a few different classic games. Currently doing a speedrun of Mega Man 1.
Ooh, that is a
So go take a
classically
look at them.
difficult game.
Um, Their chat rules indicate that when you arrive, please say something you're grateful for. So everyone start thinking of things for which you are grateful.
Everyone,
grateful.
When you get into chat, please just say, "I am grateful for being grateful."
Oh, that's a good one.
Don't
That's a
don't
good
do that.
Please do that. If everyone does it, it'll be amazing.
one. Sneakily grateful. All right.
And I think we're ready whenever you are,
Yeah.
Mr. Mel. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. Thank you to all of our friends who are wonderful, wonderful racers and wonderful, wonderful friends.
And, yeah,
Everyone here is delightful.
and everybody won today because we're all good friends here. Great job, everyone.